Let me throw some numbers at you. A 2.4-mile swim, followed immediately by a 112-mile bike ride, and then, just to top it off, a full 26.2-mile marathon. That is 140.6 miles of human-powered travel in a single day. Most people wouldn't drive that far for a sandwich, yet thousands of people pay good money to do this to their bodies.
It sounds like madness when you say it out loud, doesn't it? But that's the magic of the Ironman. It sits right on that razor's edge between peak human performance and absolute voluntary suffering.
Exactly. We're looking at the story of Charlie today, a standard contestant, and frankly, the suffering part seems to be the main feature. What drives a normal person to wake up at 4 a.m. every day for 6 months just to wreck themselves?
Well, that's the misconception. You think they're training for a race, but they're actually retraining their entire psychology. Take my training block. It wasn't just about building muscle, it was about callousness. You have to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. We're talking about brick workouts, where you bike for 4 hours and then immediately run for an hour, just so your legs remember what it feels like to be dead weight.
That sounds horrific. I read about the washing machine effect during the swim start. Is it really that chaotic?
Oh, it's worse. Imagine being in a blender with 2,000 other people, all kicking and clawing for the same patch of water. You can't see the bottom, you're getting an elbow to the goggles, and your heart rate is spiking before you've even settled into a rhythm. For me, surviving the swim wasn't about speed, it was about panic management. If you lose your head in the water, the day is over.
And that's just the appetizer. Then you're on a bike for 6 or 7 hours. What happens to the mind during that kind of isolation?
That's the dark place. You're alone with your thoughts, your nutrition plan, and the wind. It becomes a math problem, calories in versus energy out. If you mess up your hydration on the bike, the marathon isn't a run, it's a death march. You see, the race really starts at mile 18 of the marathon. That's where the body has absolutely nothing left, and it's purely spirit keeping you upright.
That brings up a philosophical question for me. Is this actually healthy, or is it a socially acceptable form of obsession?
It's a bit of both, it's a controlled crisis. In modern life, we rarely face physical survival situations anymore. The Ironman manufactures a survival scenario. When I hit that wall at mile 20 of the run, the logic of why am I doing this vanishes. It becomes primal. You keep moving because stopping feels like dying. It's about finding out exactly who you are when the facade of comfort is stripped away.
So, you cross the finish line, you hear those famous words, you are an Iron Man. Does the high last?
For a while, but then comes the Ironman blues. You've spent a year organizing your life around this singular massive goal. Once it's done, there's a vacuum. But the permanent change isn't the medal, it's the recalibration of your limits. Once you've convinced your body to run a marathon after biking 100 miles, a bad day at the office or a flat tire just doesn't register as a problem anymore.
That's a powerful perspective. You break yourself down to build a stronger, more resilient version of yourself.
Precisely. You don't pay for the race entry to see if you can finish. You pay to see who you become along the way.